Hello artists, how are you today? Stephanie Ani coming to you from the banks of the Trinity River here in Six Rivers National Forest near Willow Creek, California. Welcome to the studio. Glad you could stop by. Today we have hearts, found object, and blue violet. So I do go through and do a series of shapes in the prompts, and I did not want some fluffy heart. I wanted kind of a cool, rustic, this looks a little bit industrial even. Again, I'm using that shelf liner on the top to give that extra cool texture, and some cardboard, which is a great found object. Use whatever you have around the house, guys. Violet blue is a gorgeous color, and it was fun to play with. So here's the video. I hope you enjoy. We'll chat soon. Hello artists, how are you today? Just hanging out here having my first cup of coffee. Oz and I woke up pretty early this morning. I think I first woke up about 5 o'clock. I went to the bathroom, Oz went to the bathroom, we went back to bed and cuddled for a little bit, and then I got up not that long ago. Well, you may see that we have the shelving as a background again, and I went through and pulled out the shelf that was here that had my TV on it. It was a much skinnier thing, and brought in one of my big shelves again. So now I have two 7-foot shelves behind me, and trying to get these drawers filled up, trying to figure out the most efficient way to organize my space. And as we know here in mixed media, we have so many different products that we use. So I've got to get any art supplies out of that thing, and then I'm going to make that thing my mailing center, and then that it's got a ways to go, but I feel much better. I took a ton of stuff out of here yesterday. I do still have a huge box of books right there. They're all my first editions. I could go put them out in storage, but it kind of scares me to do that a little, but I probably will. They're just super heavy to get moved. Okay, well, today is actually the 8th. I did that on the 7th. But we are going to do project number 12. Yay, project number 12. Color is a form of violet blue. These colors seem like we're doing the same colors over. I guess we've only done one green. And we haven't really done a pure red. So we're going to do violet blue. A gorgeous color, of course. So we are really practicing our, yeah, we just did the bubbles, the metal bubbles. So now we're going to go right next to it. And we're going to play with those tones that have a little bit more blue and a little bit less of the red or the quinacridone. Okay, what else are we going to put with it? Which it's all random. I'm making sure I'm not even looking. I don't know if I think I mixed them up pretty well, but maybe I didn't mix them up enough. I pulled them all out and mixed them. I mean, it's just the universe, guys. Ooh, hearts. And that doesn't mean like fluttery hearts, although it could. I think when I was putting those, I was working on an upcoming project for creating your first altered book. It has a Queen of Hearts in it. And found objects. Violet blue hearts, found objects. Now guys, remember that when you're doing this, we're really just wanting to kind of focus on the one color in our compositions. I think some of these are really cool where you're putting in the other colors. And I know that it's your own universe and do what you want to do, absolutely. But these are really supposed to be a color study on that one color instead of throwing in complements or other things like that. So try to focus on that. Now, do whatever makes you happy. And I love seeing everybody's project over on Messy Hands. Okay. Found objects. I guess I'm going to go poke around. It could be anything though. I mean, I don't have to go outside to find found objects. It could be like a rope. It could be like, you know, this piece of string, which would be, this is a leather necklace. I mean, that fulfills the composition. That fulfills the prompts. And actually, it could be kind of interesting. Truly. This is sitting here on my desk, although it would be using one of my leather necklaces to do it. Okay, let's go get some materials. Bye. All right, guys, let's look at violet blue. And I'm not going to do an absolute full, because these colors are all very similar here. So I just thought I would show you real quickly how to mix up the colors. I think that you guys liked that yesterday with the gray. Well, actually, a couple days ago now, huh? For you, yesterday for me. All right, this is a cobalt blue, which is kind of one of our, or, I'm sorry, cerulean blue. It's one of our purest blues. But we also have ultramarine blue. So you should have a color that's somewhat similar to that. So you take your blue. And this, actually, ultramarine is very close to violet blue. Let's see here. Now, we know that that's a much more intense color, but it's actually right in there. This one they have here is a little bit more gray than what you would expect. So you see how I grabbed a little bit of color and I put the black down over here and then went into my color pile. So the reason for that is if you take too much paint, you get too much paint on your brush, you're kind of wiping it off there, and then you're bringing in small amounts at a time to mix it. So, and you're mixing it on the edge, you're not mixing it in the center, and that way you can really, there's that color. That way you have a much greater control of mixing your paint on your palette. Don't just take large bits of color, large pieces of color, and really expect that they're going to just automatically be right, because they're not. Usually, you know, even with my white, I will grab some, I'll put it here off to the side, and then I'll come into it. So that's pretty close to that color. And that's just a mix of ultramarine and cerulean blue. Again, these are colors that are really good to have in your toolbox, but use whatever colors you have. So this is a lighter blue, this is kind of a darker blue. And just play with it until you get something that's close, right? So here we're going to start pulling in some white. I take a little bit, put it off to the side, and just kind of slowly start mixing it in. I'm not taking it all the way into the center of that paint pile. So it's not quite the exact same color as what they have there. That's a really gray violet blue. I don't know if I love that color they have on there. I like more of the pure colors. That's pretty close, huh? I would say that that's a pretty solid 3 or third, right? So here it's just making a little value scale for, all right, we know that that's our base. Should be close to this. Of course, that looks like I've got the wrong order. See? Well, I didn't test it there to see where our value was at. And that's actually value 3. This one was value... dang it. I hate that. Okay, so let's just do that over this. And then it will bring in a little bit more of this color here. We know that that's pretty much so that color right off the bat. That's our base. So we're going to add just a little white into here. There we go. And darken it down. Lighten that one up just a touch more. Now let's It's too dark still. Light. There we go. All right, mix your color here. Go into your white pile that you have. Oh. See, this is a very purple color. I guess we need to add a little bit more of this to it now. That's just a Parole red. Parole. It's down there. Oh, that's a horrible sound, Oz. So anyways, my colors are not being very successful today. And that's okay. Yeah, some days your coloring is much better on and other days it just isn't. This violet blue is a very grayish blue. I'm surprised how gray this color is when in comparison to, well, there's that color right there. That's that color. But they are adding black to it too, obviously to tone down that the blue tone. Maybe a touch of red. There it is. That's actually this guy. More gray. You see how that's a grayer, less pure tone? It is. So this is how we practice color. Again, I haven't done this since 1994. I think was the last time I worked with value scales. So, you know, am I a pro at this? Nope, no. I'm just trying to show you ways that you can improve your color. Now, here, when you want to get something light, and you're trying to pull it into that pile, it won't work. You have to kind of start your own little white pile. In order to get that brightest bright color. It doesn't help that I have sand on my deli sheet here. And then we'll go to a white. So, let's practice. See, this color is off. It's a little bit different. This color here is more of this blue shade. Okay, artists, let's see what we can do now. Let's grab our Fabri-Tac. And I just have some random things here. I have some shells, some rocks, I have some cardboard that was sitting around. Those are definitely all found objects. You can use anything you want to, all right? Now I'm going to put the cardboard down so far I have some interest back here. Let's give it that raggedy edge there and there. That's kind of cool. I'll go in the same direction. found objects using whatever you have around the, you know, just right there. Can be anything, no right or wrong. Oh, what if we make an abstract heart out of that? Just like that thought. Sticky under. Okay, that has glue on it too. Why is it so sticky? Because it has glue on it. God. I kind of like that, just like that. Do I have one more little bit of something I could put in here? Scissors. All right, I think we should let that dry a little bit. I think that's going to be pretty cool, just like that. That's just from scraps laying on my desk. Okay, we'll come back. All right, guys, we've given this a little bit of a chance to dry. Probably not enough. Yeah, it'll be okay. I just looking at my days and my numbers, I think I've gotten mixed up somewhere. I think I've gotten screwed up with my days and numbers. Oh, gosh. All right, we're bringing in a little bit of ultramarine, a little bit of cerulean, and a little bit of Parole red, and a little bit of black. Now, if you just have red and blue, you know, you're just going to have to mix it up a little bit more. Let's bring it in. Ultramarine is very close to violet blue. This is that's right in there. Actually, that's a blue violet. Okay, so we need to add a little bit more blue to it. So take our lighter blue. So it just has a touch of black and a touch of red and mostly, well, that's the color. Hard to tell when it's that dark. So let's go over here. Let's add some white to it. See what we got. See what we have. See what we got. There it is right there. It's that color. All right. That's a very gray color. I'm not very happy. So we're going to try to keep it along the purer side here. It's a very grayed color. I didn't realize it was that gray of a color, honestly. I'm just kind of mixing these colors on here. You know, yes, we want to be as close as possible, but these are all pretty close right in there, see? Once I kind of get the base color to it, it's pretty easy for me to make sure that I'm right in that color range. And I'm getting the edges here also. Gorgeous. Okay, let's see if we can get some of those lighter tones. It's almost a little pinkier right in there. With that color wheel, this is pretty close. Yeah, we'll use that back here. All right, and then we're going to bring in some highlight. Now we're just going to plop into that white because I like how that effects looks when we do that, when we just pick up that white with that contact paper, whatever it is, that shelf liner. And the paint underneath of it is wet enough that it's picking up that and coloring it, so that's good. Oh, I think that's a cool little design. And we're just going to go just that simple with it. These are not meant to be overthought. It's meant to just, you know, enjoy and practice your color. I think that's gorgeous. There we go. Hearts, found objects in violent blue. I'm very close here. Now I'm just kind of looking to see where can I add a little bit more highlight. Where could I add a little more shadow to do a little bit more definition on it? Beautiful midnight blue, isn't it? Let's go through and grab just a little bit of this dark here. I'm going to go to the other side of this, the value spectrum, and throw some real dark back in here, or gray color even. And I'm okay with that little bit of brown showing in there, guys. I don't have to have every single bit of that covered because I think it gives a little bit more variety, even though it's not the exact same color range. It is providing us with some interest. Oh, there we go. Dig it. Okay, well, there is a deconstructed heart. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to comment in the comments, liked, commented, add it to playlist. Remember, you do have to add it to a playlist in order to be entered into the drawing. Okay. All right, guys. We'll chat later. Bye.